Hey, Mike here. So today we are talking about the Obsidian AI plugin that I will be working on called OAI. So it stands for both Obsidian AI and Organizer AI, whichever is easier for the user to remember. So if you are primarily using Obsidian and you want to utilize the plugin, of course, you'll remember it as Obsidian AI. Anyway, the plugin features, I really wanted to go over this in depth, so I made out a list that I will go over with you and really expand upon what each of these features truly mean. So first things first, we have only 4 separate categories when it comes to thinking about the plugin features. We have AI summarization, AI note generation, AI note organization, and AI-powered search. So these are the most important building blocks of OAI. When it comes to the summarization portion, we will use it to summarize long notes or articles, anything that has to do with a lot of text, something that you can't normally fit into, let's say, ChatGPT window because it will tell you, hey, this is way too much text. You have to shorten it out. In our case, when we're using it within the Obsidian AI context, it won't matter how much text there is. You could literally pop in a book and it will generate whatever it is that you want according to that book. So that is a very crucial feature to understand, and I've seen no solutions out there for this. So that's where the OAI plugin comes in very handy. So yeah, too long notes get in the way and they cause limbic friction when it comes to making use of them, especially if they are disorganized. So let's say you take an entire class and you stuff all of your notes for that class into one single note, you're going to have trouble deciphering the most important parts of that note when it comes to exam time. This will allow you to create a summary, or basically a rewrite, somewhat of an organization of that note or group of notes, and it will really help you in getting to the core concepts of whatever it is that you're trying to learn. Another thing I want to incorporate is what's called a smart highlight. So similar to highlighting an article with Readwise, for example, or highlighting in Obsidian, if you highlight in Obsidian, of course, this smart highlight feature is going to have the AI, instead of making a synopsis or summary of your notes and really cutting down the essence of what your notes are about, it won't change any of the text. It will just highlight the most important parts of it and disregard any of the filler text that you may come across when reading. So that way you can really quickly glance over your notes and see the most crucial parts of them. Now, when it comes to specifying the length of a summary, if you do want to go the summary route, you can do that very easily. You can literally type in 1 paragraph, 3 bullet points, give me a 3-page paper, and you are able to incorporate that not only from something as small as a few paragraphs of a note and turn it into 3 pages, but you can do the reverse as well. You can take a 3-page document and boil it down to 2-3 paragraphs. So that's a very important feature to keep in mind as well. That's all I have for the AI summarization portion. As for the next portion here, we are talking about the generation. So you may think to yourself, well, this is generation in one way, shape, or form, right? But I'm really wanting to expand upon this past summaries, past condensations of notes. I really want to take it to the next level. So this part is allowing you to create templates. And not only are we talking about templates like we see, for example, in the text generator plugin, which I've featured extensively on the YouTube already, but something more advanced in a way when it comes to allowing you to set custom instructions the same way you would in the ChatGPT that's available on the OpenAI website, where you can pop in custom instructions. That will be available in this plugin as well. When it comes to building out your own variations, you're able to have different custom instructions sets, which is, again, something that's very different from anything that's available currently when it comes to Obsidian plugins. This will be another key feature of OAI that I think will really push the limits as to what people can generate. You can, for example, use the same template, let's say, of making a script from a piece of text for a YouTube channel. But let's say that you have 3 different YouTube channels. So you're able to have 3 different custom instructions, each with your separate YouTube channel personas, right? Let's say one of them focuses on very broad understandings, very beginner understandings of technology. So you can have the custom instructions say, for example, hey, I really want to explain all of this simply and in layman's terms. But let's say your second channel is the opposite. It wants the most expert level, no filler, no prose, no basic explanation version. You will be able to again, use that same template of creating a script from a piece of text, but paired with a different custom instructions set, you will generate 2 very different results. So hopefully that really pushes that idea forward. And again, this is not limited just to YouTube channel personas, but let's say you have different websites, you work for different companies. Maybe you are a writer or you are a student. Maybe you are a professor and you teach one class and you teach another class, and those classes are very different, but you can use the same note and create, which we'll get to in just a moment, presentations, flashcards, questionnaires, quizzes, tests, all from a single note or group of notes. You may want to use the same data, but you want to generate them for different purposes. So hopefully my explanation there isn't too long for you and you get the gist of what this note generation portion is. When it comes to note organization, we are talking about organizing notes based on their content. So this is useful for users who have a lot of notes and want to quickly find specific information. Sometimes we have topics or ideas that are so closely related to each other, they should be linked in a single note. I find that happening to me very often. I will have notes labeled, for example, ChatGPT prompt and ChatGPT prompts. And maybe there's just no need for there to be a single note called ChatGPT prompt. I should probably merge that into ChatGPT prompts, the plural version, and organize everything from there. So that's just one crude example of how we would be able to organize. In other scenarios, we may have topics or ideas that are easier to organize in a hierarchical and tag-based organization. So when it comes to categorizing these things, let's say that you are studying neuroscience and you have all of these different notes that have to do with neurology and, for example, psychology. Maybe you want to organize them in those particular categories so that when test day comes or you have an exam, you're able to search through these, again, tag-based systems instead of trying to find individual notes. Even if you have very good titles generated for them, that may not be enough to find all of your notes on particular subjects. Maybe, again, another example would be that you have been going to class for the past 3 months, learning a specific topic. Now what you can do is go into this organizational system for the plugin and just write out a simple prompt. Create, again, here we have the side effect features, a presentation for me to study from or present in class or what have you. Another instance would be create flashcards for me to study off of, create questionnaires. Maybe you're a professor, you need to create a quiz or a test or an exam from notes or a single note. The opportunities here are quite literally endless. When it comes to the fourth portion, the final pillar of our plugin here, we are talking about AI-powered search. So I will be using a combination of AI and fuzzy searching, which contextually understands the content of the vault. And that means that it's not strictly limited to matching for keywords, but instead they are searching for conceptually related items. Now, of course, keywords that are matched will always be prioritized. But let's say that you don't remember a specific term, you can give a general description of what you are talking about. And let's say it's a word that's on the tip of your tongue, but you can't remember it quite specifically. You can put in a phrase or a few words, and it will conceptually understand what you're talking about, search through your notes when it comes to titles, tags, folder structures, hierarchies, as we spoke about earlier, and it will show you those results. So that's something that I think will be very, very useful for people that are using a Zettelkasten system, as I do myself, or, I mean, in any case, really, because even if you do have a directory type structure, it's much faster and efficient to search a term or a word, phrase, and find a note within a matter of 2-3 seconds rather than taking 5 to 10 seconds of clicking through directories, trying to find whatever note title that you're looking for. Again, this is all for efficiency's sake in the first place. Another very important feature is that it learns from your behavior. So if you open up a note frequently, then within the first few keystrokes, that note will be pre-selected for you. Let's say that you open up your to-do list every single day. The first few times you may have to type out to do for it to pop up for you, but in, the next 24 hours, once processing happens in the background through fine tuning on OpenAI, then we are able to display just after you've typed in the first letter, maybe T, again, depending on a variety of factors, which we will all, by the way, program and code through in real time every single day. There will be a programmer VOD uploaded to this channel. So that's something to look forward to. And yeah, we will build this out together, and I look forward to that. Another thing to mention here is we are doing OCR. This is not anything revolutionary. We're just looking at PDFs, images with OCR capabilities, and this will aid in searching through your notes and attachments, not just text. And last but not least, it handles, as I mentioned earlier, zero result searches by suggesting related concepts and asking clarifying questions. So that's something to keep in mind as well. It'll ask you, for example, what field is this in? What category? I mean, I can't really think of a specific question myself here, but the AI certainly will. So as for side effects, we've talked about these. I suppose I didn't talk about the storyboard portion. So currently, when you are generating text, you are limited to a single template. And any further generations that you would like to do from that point forward, you have to manually activate the next template, right? You have to copy or move over specific text into a new note, open up a new template, as we've all seen and experienced with text generator, for example. This storyboard aspect will allow you to have a piece of text, right, a note or a group of notes, and you are able to create a storyboard of what actions you want to happen to this specific piece of text and what each action's result will do, or what will happen with that result. An example would be, let's say I want to take class notes, right, a single note, and I want to create all of these. I want to create a presentation, a set of flashcards, questions, quizzes, and tests. Instead of me having to take that specific note and running it through each of these specific templates, I'm able to create what I call storyboard. And all I have to do then is, instead of running the file through each of these separately, I run it through my custom storyboard, which then will go through each of these on its own automatically and put all of the results into a single directory. So hopefully that makes sense. Of course, that will be all visible to you as we go about programming this. And last but not least, we have the instantly paraphrase a selected piece of text for clarity, variation. This is just highlighting a piece of text, enabling the AI with a little prompt that will pop up asking you what you want to do with the selected portion of text. Let's say you want to make it funny, you want to make it rhyme, you want to make actionable items from it, you want to expand upon the idea, you want to rewrite the wording, make it more formal, what have you. Again, options here are limitless. So hopefully that gives you a nice overview of what I've been ideating and working on these past few days. And yeah, I look forward to really pushing out more and more features every single day. We have a video coming out from now moving forward. Please support me on my Patreon if you can, or if you haven't already. It's https://patreon.com/systemsculpt. There you are able to just either join my Discord community or pay $10 per month to really support all of this production of the plugin and really be a part of the journey to creating something together. Because one last thing I will mention is that now that we have a community of over 700 wonderful individuals such as yourself, if you are still listening to this video this far in, which, by the way, the retention rates are really good for these videos. So thank you for that. Thank you for watching these videos all the way through. It really helps. To finish off what I'm saying here, I have templates available on the SystemSculpt Patreon that you're able to download that currently work with text generator. But as time progresses, this will all ultimately turn into OAI content that will feature all of these plugin features. And of course, if you are a Patreon member, you are more than welcome. Actually, I would really suggest you to give me suggestions as to what I should add to this plugin, because I truly want to have this be a group effort, a group think when it comes to creating the ultimate OAI plugin. So yeah, again, thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.